Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of BizTalk. And as you know, I'm always super excited to see you guys, right? I'm your host, Anili Chidara, and today we've titled the topic, What Every Matured Brand Should Know. So if you are a manager or you're a marketer or you are a CEO who manages a matured brand, you may want to listen. First off, I want to start off by saying a word that was once said by a wise man. He said that a brand is like a child, a couple of differences. One of the differences is that a brand has the potential to live forever, while a child does not. Another difference is that a brand can be born as a man, a woman, or whatever the persona of the brand is, and then the brand can sustain that persona throughout its lifetime. Whereas a child has to be born as a baby and then grows into a teenager and then an adult and then a senior and then dies. So this is what the brand is. So the brand can live forever, but there is a phenomenon called the product life cycle, and there's really reason why it is called the product life cycle and not the brand life cycle. Of course, many marketers may want to debate this, but of course I'm welcoming any debate, so you can leave your questions in the comments. As you leave your questions in the comment section, I'll just talk about the product life cycle. So the product is introduced into the market, and then the product is expected to grow depending on what opportunities or what solutions that the product was created to provide to the consumer. The product is expected to grow, and during the growth stage, the product is expected to grow in terms of revenue, profit, and whatsoever. And then the product is expected to mature. At maturity, the product plateaus or growth plateaus. So what you expect a matured brand to probably experience is a growth that is driven either by external factors like growth rate, population growth rate, or urbanization, or some of those things that So at maturity, you expect that the competitive landscape is really stiff, and you have other competitors fighting for market share, and you also expect the market to look more like a red ocean. And then this phase, of course, you have to note that this phase can be maintained over a long period of time. So it's dependent on whoever is managing the brand or the product as at that time. And then after maturity, the product is expected to decline. So this decline phase is expected to happen to a product after a long time. And I guess many marketers say that the need state of the product probably has been replaced by alternatives. So the product is expected to decline. And then depending on what the management or the organization decides, the product is expected to die. What a sad story. It is different when it's a brand, because that is why you have people managing a brand. The job of the brand manager is to ensure that this decline doesn't happen, really. It's really funny, but that is it. That is what the job of the brand manager is, to ensure that this product doesn't decline. And you do that by ensuring that the brand remains competitive, that the brand continues to add value, and then you can also look at other need states or other solutions that the brand can provide to the consumer, depending on how consumer need is changing. So you have to pay attention to that. And that is why the brand is different from the product. But the main bread of the matter is really the fact that most people handling matured brand believe that at the point of maturity, the brand is expected to sell itself, really. And this is really wrong, because at this point, you have to remain relevant. There are certain scores that are measured by researchers, include salience, brand power, all around brand equity, really. It will not keep itself. It takes deliberate steps that are just either one of the four or all of the 4 P's of the brand to ensure that the brand remains relevant. This is really technical. So at maturity stage, you have what we call a cash cow situation most times. So you have a brand that sits as a cash cow in the portfolio because the market growth rate is not as fantastic, and then yet the brand still has a good market share. So the brand is a cash cow. I'll be writing a book on how to manage cash cow situations in companies. I don't know when this book will be out, but we've actually started how best to manage a cash cow. Look out for that book. As soon as it comes in, you'll be the first to know, just as you continue to subscribe on BizTalk. So continuing the story. Now, a cash cow situation requires a lot of attention, because the business really needs to get the cash cow maintained until their stars or question mark begin to do much more volume or value. So what is the tendency in the African market? Number one, they think that when you have a matured brand is when you spend lower on, especially when the market is not growing, you spend less on your brand investment. Now, this is a chart of brand investment versus the stage. Now, I want you to pay really good attention because this is what every matured brand should know. At the stage of maturity, to ensure that you remain in the market and you remain competitive, your brand investment has to be higher than the investment when you were growing. This is a hard truth because what organizations want to do is to pull the plug on brand investment when the brand is matured, which is the wrong way, because what you've done is to convert or increase the chances of your brand to become a product. And you've pulled the plug on brand sustainability, you pull the plug that feeds your brand equity, and then you just reduce your brand into a product. And when that happens, the product cycle will begin. And it's only a matter of time before this decline starts. So every matured brand out there, look at what Coca-Cola is doing. The brand has been there for donkey years. Look at what Unilever is doing with some of their brands. They've been there since forever. That is what brand people should consider. Do not take away your marketing investment because you think your brand is now big enough to sell itself. That is a decision to die. Thank you very much for listening to BizTalk today. I remain your host, Anili Chidera, and this episode of BizTalk is dedicated to my boss, my dearly beloved boss, Chidima Wadie. It was an amazing time with you, and I pray you all the best.